Welcome back. The Customs and Excise Department has cracked down on several shops suspected of selling fake cosmetics and skincare products. Officers arrested 7 people and confiscated more than 1,000 suspected counterfeit items. Winna Wong tells us more.
Customs officers raided 6 shops located in Shengshui, Yunlong, and Tunmun in recent days. Apart from cosmetic shops, some of them were pharmacies. They seized more than 1,000 suspected counterfeit products, including mineral powders, eyebrow pencils, and moisturizers, with a total value of $24,000. Some of them are South Korean brands. Authorities say the fake cosmetics look very much like the real thing, and it's difficult to tell the difference between genuine and counterfeit products. It seems one of the only clues is the labels at the bottom of the packaging.
For instance, there are typos in the Korean characters imprinted on the counterfeit goods, and the batch numbers imprinted on the counterfeit goods do not tally with the production date.
The Customs and Excise Department believes the shops had bought the fake products through traveling salespeople. The shops are accused of selling the counterfeits along with the real goods. 7 people, aged 22 to 47, were arrested in the operation, including staff and proprietors of the shops. They have all been released on bail. Yip added there is no indication that staff were unaware that the products were fake. Acting on a tip-off, customs officers carried out the operation from Thursday to yesterday. And they have not ruled out making more arrests. Winna Wong, TVB News.
The LegCo Commission has announced measures to try to prevent incumbent legislators from having an advantage over other candidates in the upcoming LegCo election. Evelina Lung reports.
The Legislative Council election will be held on September 4th. The nomination for candidates will begin on July 16th, which is when the current legislative year ends. Today, the LegCo Commission announced that current lawmakers whose term are expiring cannot use the council premises for election-related activities after that date.
Those activities should include meetings with the press, press conferences, or special interviews by the media. So we would like to have the cooperation of the media to refrain from taking part in any such activities.
Legislators who don't comply with the regulations will be given a verbal warning by the LegCo Secretariat. If anyone continues to fail to comply, the Secretariat can then issue a warning letter. It can also refer the case to the ICAC or the Electoral Affairs Commission. The Pan-Democrats welcomed the move, saying it will ensure a fair election.
Well, the arrangement has been adopted in previous years, and the purpose is to make sure that LegCo members who are standing for election will not have an advantage over other candidates who are not members of LegCo.
But others are concerned. Liberal Party's Felix Chung is worried that a warning letter won't deter lawmakers from breaking the rules. Evelyn Lang, TVB News.
Chinese university student Ma Chek-long is still in critical condition after his heart transplant surgery last night. The 20-year-old had been waiting for a new heart until one came through yesterday. But as doctors say, due to his poor condition, the surgery was complex, and the next 48 hours will be critical to his recovery. He is currently staying at the intensive care unit in Queen Mary Hospital. Ma was first diagnosed with heart muscle inflammation in April.
Overseas again, and Afghan authorities say a Taliban suicide bomber killed 14 Nepalese security guards in an attack this morning on their minibus in the capital, Kabul. According to a Nepalese guard injured in the attack, they were on their way to the Canadian embassy where they worked. 9 people were wounded, 5 Nepalese employees and 4 Afghan civilians. It's the latest attack by the Taliban, who have stepped up assaults in Afghanistan as part of a summer offensive. The insurgents frequently target government employees and security forces across the country. Now to a shooting rampage at a hospital in Rio de Janeiro, where 1 patient is dead and a nurse and an off-duty policeman were wounded. The attack took place at a hospital recommended for tourists seeking treatment during the upcoming Olympic Games. A group of 5 heavily armed men stormed the hospital to free a suspected drug trafficker, but they couldn't because of his extensive wounds. The 28-year-old suspect was being treated for a gunshot wound. At least 15 others stood guard outside during the attack. Residents are up in arms, saying prisoners should not be taken to public hospitals. Investigators say they're searching for the suspects.
A rising Hollywood actor has been killed in a freak accident. Anton Yelkin, who played Chekhov in the new Star Trek movies, was killed by his own car as it rolled down his driveway yesterday. The car pinned the 27-year-old against a brick mailbox pillar and a security fence at his home in Los Angeles. He had gotten out of the vehicle momentarily, but police don't know why it started rolling. Director J.J. Abrams, who cast the Russian-born actor in Star Trek, called him brilliant, kind, funny, and supremely talented. Yelkin also starred in numerous other films and TV series. All right, Chris, why don't you cheer us up?
Yeah, some sports, and LeBron James keeping his promise, winning a championship for the city of Cleveland. James led the Cavaliers to victory in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. Jamison Wong has more.
Close and tension-filled game in the Bay Area with